Send out the messages. So enjoy. Draco! What up, dude? Congratulations on first, as always. Oh my god, emo. Oh, fuck. Oh, it's emo. Oh god. Just sending messages and everyone's. I cast Fireball. Fuck yeah, that's how you truly cast Fireball. Draco, you know what's up. Sonic. So, bada boom. Okay. I think that's everything. Okay. Emerald Spices and Dungeon Delights. The About page. Hell yeah, you lurk like a champion. Hey there. Thank you so much for checking out our visual novel that was made for the Sonic Supernova fan event of 2025. We hope you enjoy the story, and thank you to Sonic Supernova for helping make all of this possible. Disclaimer: Emerald, Emerald Spices and Dungeon Delights is a nonprofit fan project. All characters within an intellectual properties attributed to Sega and inspired by the world of Dungeon Meshi. This is an entirely fan-made, alternate universe story, and we do not claim ownership of the characters therein. The credits. Written directed by Sugar Plum Kneecap, aka Needy. Art directors. Fuck, I'm gonna butcher so many names. Oh god. Reactbot, what do you think?
I'm not crying. You are.
Oh fuck. Ryuki? Fuck, Elm. It's Elm. Oh fuck, Draco, you have a baby displacer beast? Fuck. We're fucked. Espresso Moors, Ryuk again, Beard, Azil, Azizel? Fuck. I'm so sorry for these people. Stardy, Ryuk again, Needy again, Suna? Sure. Emperor Lioge, or aka the Needy Hubby. Retro Caribou, Blurred Blue, and the music. Just read it yourselves. Made with Ren Pie. Alright. Let's begin. She's parting with what I cuddle. Disclaimer, this is an unofficial fan game. It was another normal day in Green Hills. Summer had just begun, which meant busy days ahead for the Wachowski family? Fuck. Sonic and Knuckles taken off to watch the townspeople. Oh, so this is probably within the Sonic movie, huh? All right, Wachowski. Yeah, I think that's them. The baseball team played while Tails helped Tom and Maddie clean out their garage. They had lots of family camping trips planned. Had to unearth their gear from winter's mess. They had a mass during the colder months. Hey, does anyone know where our sleeping bags ended up? Oh, fuck. I'm pretty sure they're in a tote over there. Oh, God, I'm so sorry for these people. Maddie gestures to a far corner of the garage. Y'all get it? While searching, Tails comes across a peculiar-looking book. Oh, fuck. Tails picks it up, scanning over the intricate details along the cover. Nothing it weighs in his hand. Why is there no music? It's so quiet. Tom? Maddie? What's this? I don't think I've ever seen that before. Tom? Oh no. Could be another Wachowski cookbook from Grandma. Tails turns the book over in his hand a couple of times, noting the signs of wear and tear. Tails runs his fingers over the notches of the book spines, where he suddenly remembers his plans to meet Sonic and Knuckles in town. He catches a glance at his watch and begins to panic. Shoot! I'm gonna be late. Tom, Maddie, can I take this with me? I want to show Sonic and Knuckles. Alright, I'm gonna play just some background Spotify shit. What would be good for a Sonic D&D type cooking thing? Okay, you are offered a choice to get 100k, or you get isekai into a fantasy anime with a medium power magic item, but I will rule the world you get sent to. Like, do I get to know what worlds you end up living in? Because like that would easily like help me choose. No problem, bud. You guys have fun. I can give you the 6 different worlds. Okay, sure. Make sure the boys make it back here in time for dinner. You got it, Maddie. Thanks, Tom. Tails tucks the book in his backpack before flying downtown. Chapter 1. As Tails makes his way towards the Mean Bean Cafe, he spots Sonic and Knuckles waiting outside of him, for him. The pair is waved over Tails as Tails descends. Hey guys, how was the game? It was awesome. The visiting team didn't know what hit them, that's for sure. How was the cleaning of the garage? What do you mean the voices help? What? I don't know what's there. What's there? Not nearly as fun as watching a game of baseball, that's for sure. But we got a lot done. The three continue their chatter as they order their drinks and make their way to one of the patio tables outside of the cafe. Tails sets a bag down as they begin to settle in, reminding them of the book. That reminds me, I found this while we were cleaning. What is it? It looks like a book. So far, so good. The first intro bit, I was slightly confused because there was no music. I was like, where's the music? Now I'm happy there's music again. Well, yeah, it is a book. Oh, fairy tale. Easy. I'll pick fairy tale. Well, yeah, it is a book. The weird thing is about it is that Tom and Maddie have no idea where it came from. Tom said it might be an old cookbook, but I highly doubt that. Look at this. Tails opened the book, and the first page is Knuckle reads. Okay. Needy. 0 out of 10. Knuckles can't read. Come on. Kid, joking. Adventurer's Guide to Dungeons. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Oh, fuck. Fuck it. Roll it. Roll it, Draco. And, come on, it's Knuckles. He can't read. It's Knuckles. Come on. Adventurer's Guide to Dungeons. Doesn't sound like any cookbook I've ever heard of. They continue to turn the pages and read on. This has detailed stats on different monsters you can face in a dungeon. Ooh, I think it's a guide to a super old video game Tom couldn't beat. There are notes on the margin. Oh, fuck. Your notes on the margin. Ah, fuck, I'm fucked in Berserk. Notes on what part of the monster to eat. Fucking, sorry, did you say eat? Fascinating. I can't wait to try leg of dragon meat. They aren't real, Knuckles. But I guess when you think in terms of what translates to in this realm, it doesn't seem as bad. The three friends ride on well after the drinks have grown cold and the sun begins to set. Tails checks on his watch and feels a familiar sense of dread creep up on him. Zoinks! Oh no! We're late! Maddie said to be back in time for dinner! Oh, we gotta book it. Last one home's a rotten egg. Maddie was waiting outside for the trio, tapping her foot impatiently, but with a small smile tugging at her lips. You guys are late. Sorry, Maddie. Sorry. Sorry, pretzel woman. It's all right. Let's go in. Let's get inside. It's leftover night. Yeah, you just need to go through my pod right here. You're set. What do you want? Oh, the fuck. What do you want to eat? Oh, fuck. So you get a medium power magic item from D&D. Do you pick to what do you pick to help you to survive? Draco, so many D&D items though that could help. What do you consider is a medium power magic item? Needy, quick. Who am I getting asked this question? Am I Tails getting asked, or am I Sonic getting asked? Or am I Knuckles? Or am I all three? Oh, all of them. Got it. Well, Sonic would want this, but the two of them, I think Knuckles likes spaghetti more, and I feel like... let me... Oh, Spotify. That's what it was. Let's say spaghetti. The Wachowskis enjoy their meal together, talking about the baseball game and their plans for the summer. I would have to get back to you on that, Draco. I would have to look through all my D&D shit. Bellies full, the trio fall asleep almost immediately after their heads hit their pillows. Dreams of monsters and adventures dance between their eyelids. Chapter 2. How many Needy, how many chapters are there? Quick little also question for ReactBot. There's 8. Thank you. How do you think this story is so far?
It's giving Riz.
Oh, fuck yeah. Great endorsement there. Ah! Sonic just stretches out his sleep cut short by Tails' scream. What? Tails, what the... What? What's up? The fire? He sits up in a groggy state as he rubs the sleep from his eyes. You should see for yourself. Sonic opens his eyes to an unfamiliar landscape. Uh-oh. He looks to his side where Knuckles is still snoring peacefully. Knuckles? Knuckles, wake up! Ugh, what is it? The trio look around at the grassy plains spread out before them. Where are we? I know I kind of blacked out after my 6th helping of spaghetti, but I'm pretty sure we were indoors before. Also, this doesn't look like Green Hills. He had the coma. What's that over there? Sonic and Tails look where Knuckles is pointing. He can't point. He only has one giant finger. Unless he's like using his thumb. He's like, that way. Far off in the distance past the fields. I have fun. Past the fields that span before them, there seems to be a town. A town! Maybe someone there can help us. And feed us. I'm hungry. As the trio get up and to leave, Tails notices something out of the corner of his eye. Yeah? The mysterious book lays on the ground where he had just been. He picks it up apprehensively. Come on, Tails. I hunger, small fox. Yeah, coming. As they enter the town, they come across many peculiar beings. Creatures from all sorts of fantastical origins greet them as they pass by. Something tells me these guys aren't dressed up for Comic-Con. God, Sonic would know about Comic-Con. Is it just me, or are these creatures like some of the ones described in the book? I think you may be onto something, bud. Look, food. Sonic and Tails look to where Knuckles is pointing to. A sign above a small cobblestone building near the corner of the street features a picture of a cooked turkey. The grumbling of their bellies grow as they make their way through the crowds and head inside of the building. Ooh, this is pretty. Yo, medieval chili dogs, let's go! Also love the coat of arms. The atmosphere inside the tavern feels... Oh, let me lower that down a little bit. There you go. Oh, fuck, that's too much. Is the Siberian bar tale. Oh, let me restart. Top of the scene. The atmosphere inside the tavern feels similar to that of the Siberian bar Tails and Sonic have been to once before. Aha! Reference. Patrons gather at round tables and layered chatter resounds throughout the tavern and makes the space feel crowded in more ways than one. A waitress approaches the trio, looking them up and down before addressing them. This waitress is checking them out. They are children. Pedophile. Morning, lads. What can we do for you? Do you for? Fuck. Table for 3, please. Oh, hey, lad. Be back in a tick to get your order. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles while close behind the woman, weaving through the crowd as they sit at their own table. The waitress leaves them momentarily before returning with a few tankards. Oh god, they're gonna drink. That thud on the wooden table. What'll it be? Well, actually, I want dragon meat. Knuckles, I don't know if... I beg your pardon? We don't serve it here, lad. I actually don't know where we are. We were hoping someone might help us figure that out. The waitress stops for a moment and gives the group a long look. Yeah, I thought you looked a little lost. This here is Marin. Yeah, what now? Into East Cotton, lads. What you think you, That's the thing. We don't really know how we got here, and we have no idea how to get back. Dungeon Mesh. I'm unfamiliar with Dungeon Meshy. Messy? Yeah, Dungeon Messy. That's the thing. Well, can't really help you out there, lads. Could always check to bounty boards there. Through the crowds, the trio look over to the back wall past the waitress. On the wall hangs a giant board with multiple pages posted atop of one another. I get you something to eat meanwhile. After the waitress leaves, they get up and apprehensively from their seats and approach the bounty board. Many of the bounties posted mention dungeon crawling and monsters out of control, which prompt Tails to pull the book out. He stares at the cover for a moment before motioning for them to return to their seats while as the waitress comes back to their table. She pushes 3 bowls of gray-looking goo in front of them. Oh no. I'll be 3 copper. We don't have any money. The waitress watches as Sonic drops the spoon back into the sludge and turns to Knuckles, raising an eyebrow as aggressive slurps. Ah, there you mind. Newcomer special then. With a wink, the waitress disappears in the crowd once more. Tails exchanges a look with Sonic before they take an apprehensive bite. The smell and appearance, relatively clear indicators of the taste, but it's bearable. Most of those bounties seem to call for a bunch of bannies to get beaten on. Let us do that then. This is an easy task for a warrior. We also have this. He places the book on the table between them and opens it. We can look at the bounties and grab ones that have information listed here in the book. Great idea, bud. I have no need for your literature, Fox. I'm Idris Elba. I appreciate your enthusiasm, Knuckles, but we don't know anything about where we are. We should probably use what we can to find a way home. Yeah, sorry, Knuckles, but I'm going with Tails on this one. Come on, let's grab some bounties. Whatever those are. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles walk over to the board once more, book in hand. They flip through the book while they scan the bounties. Horde of bats terrorize townfolk. This one is offering about 10 silver. Bats are hard to punch. Siren luring fishermen. What of this one, Fox? I think this is a good start. Let's get to it. Bounties in hand, the trio head out of town towards adventure and possible answers. After weeks of dungeon crawling and dozens of bounties completed, they have acquainted themselves with the world around them. They have acquainted themselves with... Yeah, okay, I read it right. During their travels, they meet a few new friends. What the fuck? How is she here? A cheerful magic caster named Amy. Oh, brooding rogue named Shadow. Shadow. After several promising leads, but none bearing fruit, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles begin to feel despaired at their chances of returning home. Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm Shadow. However, upon returning from their most recent dungeon crawl, one of Shadow's many informants have communicated that they have some new information for him. Hoping against hope, the party ventures back to where their journey began. At the Marin Tavern. Sorry about the yawn. Upon their arrival, Shadow turns and slinks away to meet with his informant, leaving the rest of the party to wait for his return. Oi, usual lads! The waitress greets them warmly as their party sits at their usual spot. They unload their packs and weapons beside them, returning the waitress' smile. Oh, he looks like a little goober. Oh, look at him, he has shoes. That look like weird. Oh, his little hat thing. Yes, ma'am. I still haven't gotten that slime out of my tunic. I'm still hung up on the fact that we've been here long enough to have usuals. Also, is that Faker back yet? I'm itching to get going. Heart eye. Heart eye. Doesn't pay attention eye. Doesn't pay attention eye. Shadow materialize besides the table, nearly making Sonic jump out of his skin as Shadow slides into his seat. Sonic, there's no ships? Because this one's already set sail. If you're... Dobotnik? Oh, yeah. If your intent is insulting me, I could very well keep that intel to myself. Hey now, no need for extremes, pal. The dark hedgehog shakes his head before picking up his tankard, taking a long drink from it as Knuckles leans forward on the table. Jesus Christ! He looks like an idiot. Oh, stupid looking horns. I love it. What information did you retrieve? I'm giving each character just variations of the voice I already gave him. Shadow places his drink down as his gaze levels with the Echidna. There is a dungeon not far from here that has been more difficult to traverse than usual, Choom. That's strange. According to the guide, that's meant to be an incredibly low-level dungeon. Precisely. There's an unstable magic presence there that's causing the dungeon to react. Unusual magic? Could that be the answer to getting back home? It's worth checking out. What about supplies? Though we went through most of what we had getting back to town. Oh, that's true. Fuck. Shit, you're right, Amy. We're gonna have to get. We're gonna have to cut some corners and make sure we can get through the dungeon. How about we get some rations to last us a while? If or most likely when. Oh, fuck. You want save? Just be safe. No. Return. Oh, okay. Fuck. That was scary. Rackbot, what do you think?
I felt that.
Oh, fucking hell yeah, Rackbot. Likely when we run out, our trusty guide will double down as a cookbook. That put Tom's barbecue to shame. Oh, Tom catching strays when they haven't seen him in forever. Oh, poor guy. You're not saying we're actually going to eat monsters, are you? Fucking finally. Dragon meat. With an intel and goal in mind, the party head to town to purchase supplies for their next venture. Sonic pulls his coin purse out and gives it a shake. Much to his dismay, the light jingle that rings from the satchel is a clear indicator that they are more broke than he thought. Sonic knows what it's like making do with what he has. Memories of his first arrival on Earth come to mind as he makes his way towards the food stalls. Despite his jest about resorting to monster cuisine, the harrowing realization of how unprepared they are begins to set in. Bounty work does not pay as well as Sonic has hoped. His only reference coming from video games and movies before experiencing it firsthand. The money they had earned was adequate to regular resupplies their pack, have appropriate lodging, buy cheap gruel from the tavern, and just enough to set out in the next bounty. This isn't just another bounty, though, and their adventures in this realm thus far have been a harsh teacher of what consequences might await them if they walk into a dungeon lacking important supplies. Sonic picks up a supply of rations, handing the merchant the appropriate coin before packing the food and money away in his bag. Well, lead the way, Shadow. The party makes their way the village towards the dungeon. They exchange idle chatter between them as they draw closer. That's the idle chatter. Sonic feels his chill runs up his spine. What awaits them in the dungeon? Is it truly their key to getting back home? Who knows? Chapter 3. As the party reaches the entrance to the dungeon, Sonic hands out the rations to each party member. Alright, let's do one last check to make sure we have everything. Here you go. Here you go. Shadow, can I chat with you for a moment? Over here, behind this bush, where no one could see? Shadow nods as he follows Sonic to a place out of earshot of the others. You got any other intel about the dungeon outside of its unstable magic? Don't be vague. What are you really trying to ask, Hedgehog? Fine, what exactly is the bounty for fixing up whatever this dungeon's got going on? A wish. A wish? Will you keep it down? Shadow collects himself as he looks past Sonic towards the party. Yes, the Lord of the Dungeon promised a wish for the successful party. That's awesome, but why didn't you mention it before? My informant couldn't confirm if it was a singular wish or multiple. Oh. The pair returns to the party as Sonic flashes a toothy grin at his companions. Tails looks at Sonic warily, earning him a confident thumbs up. We all set then? I was born ready, Hedgehog. Let us find a dragon. Is everything okay, Sonic? Absolutely, but let's head inside here. Here's a little butt pat, just to make sure. Boop. As they enter the first level of the dungeon, they are met with other parties preparing to enter the lower levels themselves. Amy groans as they pass a few of the groups packing away their supplies. All that yummy food. Ames. Save your stomach for when we find better eats in the dungeon. Don't you fucking say that like it's a good thing. How fucking dare you say that? What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh, chill. As they descend on the first floor below, Tails reaches for the book. Do we have any idea of what monsters are here in the dungeon? Nah, she wants real food. None of this shit. As if I remember right, there shouldn't be many on this level. Most of the creatures here are flickies and chow. Oh my god, are they gonna eat a fucking chow? Oh no. Oh, that's a relief to hear. We can easily get this floor done before the day's out then. Tails tucks the book away as the party continues down. The winding bridge paths between large trees. A group of chow observe them from afar for a long moment before their attention is pulled elsewhere. Shadow holds up his hand up, urging the party to stop as the chows scatter and hide. Something's not right. Sonic reaches down to grab his weapon and prepare himself when suddenly, ah! Help! Sonic whips around to see a carnivorous plant snatching up Amy in its vines. Hold on, Amy. In a flash, Sonic's blade cuts through the plant, releasing Amy. You alright? Look out! Just as soon as Sonic had freed Amy, the remaining party members got strung up in the carnivorous plant. They struggle against their confines, the vines squeezing hard. Hell yeah. Tails cries out, stopping suddenly as the vine around him somehow falls limp. Back on solid ground, he looks around to spot his savior. A mysterious man continues to free the party with ease, causing each member to drop to the floor with a loud thud. As he finishes up, he collects the cut plants and greets the party. Oh, it's him! I love this guy. Hey, hello there. Thanks for saving us. I guess we weren't as prepared as we thought we were. I didn't think there were monsters on this level. Oh. Ah, there used to not be any, but the dungeon has been going through some changes as of late. This man holds up the cut vines and smiles. But these make a pretty good stew, so I can't complain. Oh, Chaos. Don't tell me you're about to plan to eat all of that. He gives Amy a look of confusion before shaking himself, seemingly remembering something. Oh, but where are my manners? He extends a hand to the party. Name Stone. Knuckle grips Stone's hand and gives it a good squeeze, causing a ripple of cracking joints to sound between them. Knuckles. Good job, buddy. That's who you are. Stone pulls away his hand, shaking it as hard as he... Grimace leaks through his polite smile. I need to finish this monster. I'm Sonic. This is Amy, Tails, and Shadow. Nice to meet you. We're in a polyamorous relationship. Sonic looks back behind Stone for a quick moment. Traveling by yourself? Ah, yes, I'm actually waiting for someone, but they haven't returned yet. Why not join us? You saved our butts back there, so it'd be great if we can return the favor for you. Maybe we can help you find the person you're waiting for too. After giving a bit of thought, Stone nods and smile returning. That's very kind of you. I'll take you up on that offer. Sweet, let's get grooving. Moving. Yeah. Wait a minute. Stone takes a knife and gets to work retrieving more of the slain monsters. Evie watches in horror, holding her hand over her mouth before gagging. Your friends would agree on the poly relationship? Hell yeah. Dear Chaos. You are serious. Let me help. It is only right to aid a fellow warrior securing such delicacies. Stop drooling when you say things like that, Knuckles. What the fuck? After retrieving and storing bits of the slight plant, Stone adjusts his pack and stands tall among the party. Right then, to the lower levels. To the lower levels. The party continues on, crossing bridges and looking out for new foes. Until that is, their hunger makes itself known. Bum, bum, bum. The growling of their bellies become harder to ignore as they trek on. My stomach. Say, why don't we stop and make a camp? Excellent idea there, Stone Man. Let us eat. There, we can rest in the tower ahead for the night. The thing I was born in. Nighttime. The party makes their way toward the tower and set up camp. Finally, my feet are killing me. But what am I gonna eat? I grabbed rations for all of us. No thanks. I thought the Stone Man could cook for us. I'm happy to whip up something, although we should find some sort of protein or meat that would really round out the meal. On second thought, maybe the rations don't sound too bad. We passed by some giant bats on the way here. They shouldn't be hard to take care of. Ah, perfect choice. I could put together a nice stew. Bat stew. Yes. You can't be serious. Well, we gotta choose something. Rations or stew. Motherfucking bat stew. Let's go. Oh, that looks good. Delicious. Wow. Who would have known that went so well together? I'm glad you like it. It was just a bit of meat and vegetables, nothing too fancy. Hey, give yourself more credit. Could you teach me to make it, Sonic? Please, for the love of God. You should not be anywhere near a kitchen. You ADHD crazy child. Not bad? Oh, fuck. Not bad. I hate how good this tastes. Whatever he ends up cooking, like he makes a bowl of cereal, pours the cereal, milk, walks away to go get his spoon, and then there's just a chili dog in the bowl. It's like, what the fuck? The party finishes up their meal, feeling quite full and satisfied. As the party sleeps, sounds of night animals and monsters alike sound through the floor of the dungeon, as if to lull them into a deep slumber. Honk shoo, snore me. Chapter 4. What do you think of the chapter so far there, Reactbot?
Now that's what I call music.
Oh, fuck yeah, Reactbot, thank you. The party awakens and prepares themselves for the day ahead. Stone works with Shadow to retrieve some additional ingredients from the floor before as they press on. Amy watches. I hope you know, anything the React bot will say is completely random, and I have no idea what he will end up saying. Amy watches them apprehensively, pleading aloud that they avoid the bats upon their return. Shadow scouts ahead and motions towards their objective. That entrance to the lower floor is just ahead. We got a Delta. The next floor is bound to have more monsters, too. Oh boy. As the party presses on, they catch glimpses of other parties traveling along the bridges behind them. Have you never left this floor, Stone? I haven't. Why? Well, I entered the dungeon with my friend, Wink. We had been preparing to venture further together, but we needed supplies. I went back to grab what was needed, but by the time I had returned, he was gone. The only thing he had left behind was a note. What did the note say? Something along the lines of me taking too long. Ouch. But you were just looking out for the both of you. It's never good to go into a dungeon unprepared. Shadow, Amy, and Knuckles all look over at Sonic with an accusatory glance in response to Tails' remark. Sonic rubs his nose and smiles quietly, causing the trio to shake their head in unison. That little rascal. I wanted to make sure he knew where to find me if he needed me, so I stayed where I last saw him, waiting. How long have you been waiting? A while. The party exchanges a solemn look as they continue forward. Well, we're happy you joined us. You really helped us out back there. Stone gives Tails a wary smile as they continue to descend further into the dungeon. Ooh, I like the colors. It's beautiful. As the party crosses the threshold into the lower level, an air of unease falls over them as the scenery around them changes. It's falling on me. The air of unease. The architecture before them appears worn from years of neglect, nature taking a hold of the stone. A stillness in the air is enough to make the hair stand on end. According to my informant, there should be a water source nearby. It would be best that we reach that area before nightfall. That's true. That might be our best option for food. I heard this floor is full of undead. What does undead taste like, Stoneman? I'm so fucking confused. Both brain cells work. Well, you can't really eat undead. They're mostly bones. What? You like... Look at him. He's just like, I'm thinking so hard. Quiet. Shadow shoots his hand up to halt the party. The group stands motionless for a long moment as Shadow's ear flicks in the direction of a sound off in the distance, like a fucking radar dish. Just... There. Why is he so pissed off? In a flash, Shadow launches himself towards the shadow near the party, his weapon making audible contact with whatever lies in wait. An undead form falls to the ground. The rest of the group readies their weapons. Don't let your guard down. You got a lot of nerve attacking, my friends. Just as Shadow prepares his next attack, another undead emerges from the shadows and lunges at Amy. Oh no, you don't! Hiya! She extends her hand before a bright flash of magic obliterates the monster brushing her. Explosion. Ha! And Aim started blasting. Let's finish it. Amy's got a gun! The party makes quick work of the band of undead, each falling hard onto the stone floor. Shadow sheets his blade as he rummages through the bodies. Nothing but dust, damn. Amy, no! The rest of the party takes a moment to collect themselves, the aggression of the undead having shaken them. Knuckles, however, lets out a boisterous laugh. What a laughable ambush. Let us hope the rest of the dungeon is challenging like the Dark One's informant claims it to be. I'm not sure you should be wishing for that, Knuckles. Worry not, Fox. Your combat has improved greatly since we entered this world. Pretty sure that wasn't what Tails had was getting at there, Nux. I can tell you feel right at home here, but Tails has a point. The more smooth sailing this dungeon is, the better. I also only have so much mana, Knuckles. I can't use it all of it to fix you up. You idiot. What is with... What is with this doubt? Dark One, where to next? This way. After adjusting their packs and shaking their heads at Knuckles, and Knuckles theatrics, the party pushes on. The surrounding ruins slowly shift as they press forward. Ooh. Ah, fuck. What was it? Indiscernible? What was indiscernible rubble turns to great stone walls surrounding a large body of water. Shadow hesitates for a moment, catching Sonic's attention. Everything all right there, Shads? I was told to be wary of this area. I can't swim. Shadow stands silent for a moment, surveying his surroundings before shaking his head. But I sense no presence other than our own. I could try to detect any magic in the area. Fuck yeah, go for Amy's. Amy shoots Sonic a wide grin before pushing to the front of the party. She holds her staff before her as she chants quietly to herself. A magical energy swirls around her, lifting her quills and illuminating her staff. Just as the magic veers around her, it dissipates just as quickly. That's concerning. What is it? I'm picking up a lot of magical energy from under the water's surface. We better be careful. What kind of magical creature could be emitting that kind of power? Perhaps a giant yummy crab. Stop! Would you quit that? At least you're ready for a fight, I suppose. To answer your question, though, Tails, there are a number of things that it could be. I'm just hoping it isn't what I think it is. And what's that? Kuotoa? Ewan? Gesundheit. The fanatic amphibian people who can manifest their own gods. They friendly? A pair of eyes reveals themselves under the water surface. The party stands unmoving for a moment before Sonic rubs his nose and smiles. He takes a step forward, hand resting on his scabbard. I thought that said scabies for a second. I'm like, oh, ew. Hey, ya pal. What are you doing? Sonic ignores Shadow's questions, keeping his attention focused on the eyes in the water. We're looking for a way forward. Can you care to help us out? With another step forward, the water's surface trembles. Sonic pauses for a moment just as a swarm of Kuotoa launch themselves out of the water. The Kuotoa descend upon the party, each holding a jagged spear in their webbed hands. Yes, that answers my question. A great threat to a great shiny stone. Great shiny stone? Death to the oppressors of the end of time. The party shuffles backwards for a moment as the Kuotoa approach slowly, brandishing their weapons. Amy thinks frantically for something she could do to avoid a fight. Suddenly, Stone steps forward. We don't know nothing, dude. We got nothing about this jewel thing. Like, what? Jewelry? Not us. Stone? We're looking for my friend. Perhaps you've seen him? Tall, handsome, impressive mustache. Unsuspectingly, the Kuotoa lower the weapons as they seem to contemplate Stone's words. A member of the group approaches Stone, still gripping their weapon as they respond. Yeah? You don't know the great shiny stone? Stone shakes his head. His wide smile unmoving. The rest of the party looks at each other, contemplating whether Stone's words are meant to praise or unsettle the Kuotoa. However, it seems to have the former effect on the swarm as they withdraw their weapons and beckon the group closer. I've heard surface dwellers were clueless, pathetic beings, but I didn't know how true that was. Most of the lot that disturb our waters are skewered before we speak to them. The Kuotoa addressing Stone shuffles from side to side. Return. As they walk further from the entrance of the floor. They scratch at their scaly chin, unnerving sounds emanating from their webbed fins scraping against it. You do not know the great shiny stone, but fuck. You don't know of the great shiny stone, but is but the most powerful stone, one that our god is keen to collect for himself. Who's your god? The Kuotoa hiss is if to show their offense to Stone's question. So much you do not know. Lead the party to a decrepit building and nod their head along as the party enters. Our God will bring them end of times. Once he has the great shiny stone, time itself won't be able to resist his call. The end of times? That's quite the goal. Stone mutters under his breath. Something about the doctor and what could be done with such power if it were real. Hey now, I'm not a fan of these end times your god is jazzed about. Shadow steps forward, motioning for Stone and Sonic to back up. Does such a stone truly exist? The Kuotoa stepped back and sized up Shadow before revealing a jagged, toothy grin. Yep! The great shiny stone is real. It is our mission to retrieve it for him. It is hidden in the dungeon. We are scouring the waters to find it. Huh. How long have you been searching? Perhaps we can help. What are you doing? Shh. Shh. Shut up. Surface dweller cannot be helped to us. Surface dwellers cannot be of help to us. You puny lungs are not adequate. Shadow crosses his arms over his chest as the Kuotoa continues to shuffle from side to side. How about we cover the areas beyond this floor? You can direct us on where to start. The Kuotoa considers this for a moment as they look past Shadow towards the rest of the party. Yes, our god welcomes new followers for his divine mission. With an exclamation, their tribe joins in with guttural cheer that ring out across the water. Sonic nods to Shadow, revealing an impressed half smile. Not bad, Shads. Excuse me, what about my friend? You haven't to have seen him, have you? The Kuotoa turned to face Stone, their expression unreadable. We only concern ourselves with our search for the great shining stone and our god's mission. We have seen no other surface dwellers. Stone's expression shifts for a moment before he shakes his head. He misses his boyfriend. He wants his kisses. What do you think about it, Rackbot?
I just want to say to the haters, it's not stealing, it's reacting.
That doesn't make sense, Rackbot, but pop off, Queen. What about something to eat, then? After a moment glancing between the party and the Kuotoa, contemplating what they would consider as food, he quickly clears his throat. Preferably not human. The Kuotoa points towards the edge of the water just outside the ruins. Fish! They dig through the pouch slung over their torso, digging out wet bits of seaweed and other plants. Stone takes the plants from the Kuotoa, nodding to show his thanks. The Kuotoa retreat from this structure and they head back towards the water, leaving the party with perhaps more questions than answers. Well, no time to waste. Let's get fishing. Tails, you got anything we can use? Fuck yeah, Sonic! Tail sets his back down and fashions a couple of makeshift fishing rods from the bits and bobs within. I'll see if I can learn more about this god of theirs. Amy links her arms with Knuckles pulling him along as he grunts in light protest. I want to deliver the final blow to this fish. You can protect me from strangling seaweed. That sound good? A seaweed that strangles? Where? He is so pissed off. He's like, oh. And she's just like, ha ha. I'll look into this great shiny stone. Stone lets out a soft chuckle as he joins Tails and Sonic by the water's edge. You sure are a spirited bunch. That's one way to put it. It's kind of really kind. Back home, Knuckles couldn't really get this much fighting out of a system. Really? He seems highly trained. I don't know if I say highly trained, but he definitely can pull up to a good fight. Put up a good fight. No kidding. Tom and Maddie, I've completely forgot about Tom and Maddie. Had to do a lot more home repairs lately. A lot of home repairs. It's so much. Stone, you don't understand. It's so much. Tails puts the finishing pieces, fucking dyslexic fucking ass, goddamn, pieces of the makeshift rods together before handing them off to Stone and Sonic. What about your friend, Stone? What is he like? Does he like deviled, poached, scrambled? Yeah, you really haven't mentioned much of him. For a moment, Stone's expression grows somber. A small smile on his face feels forced as he retrieves the rod from Tails. Yeah, fucking retrieve that rod. Oh, God. Let's find a good fishing spot with the plants the Kuo-toa gave us. We should be set for a great meal tonight. Tails and Sonic exchange a wary look before joining Stone. It doesn't take long for the trio to catch a few fish, giving them more than enough to eat. As they gather their haul, Amy, Shadow, and Knuckles meet them back at the structure to make camp. He's so tiny against the cooking thing. Oh, God. Welcome back, friends. We have fish. Good. Let us eat. I am parched. That doesn't mean... I don't think that means... hold on. That doesn't... I am part... Eating doesn't get you more... Okay, good for you. We sure these aren't Kuo-toa babies? Well... He's silly. Of course, I'm sorry. Well, there's no guarantee. Amy, you really think they let us catch any of their kids? Like, they were about to kill us from just the rip. Like, come on. Common sense there, girl. You never know. You always have the rations if you want to be safe. Well, the fish won't keep like this. Am I grilling them now or drying them for later? Motherfucking fish! I'm not big on fish usually, but this is fantastic. Oh, it's nothing too special. The greens that the Kuo-toa gave us were the perfect pairing. I just won't think about the Kuo-toa babies, although that's a little hard to do when it still has its head attached. In one swift motion, Knuckles reaches over with his blade and removes the fish head with ease. Amy stares at it in shock. Thanks, man. The party finishes off their meal, feeling quite full and satisfied. As the party settles down for the night, they whisper an agreement to take turns keeping watch, just in case the Kuoto decides to ambush them in their sleep. The sound of water splashing alerts those on guard. As they go to check, they can swear that a pair of eyes poke out from the water surface. They disappear once more. I'm great at reading. Chapter 5. Yo, let's go. Reactbot, opinions?
Hold on, shut up. I'm trying to think of something to say.
Okay. You get to say now. Say something now, Reactbot. And no, it's all good. I'm enjoying myself.
What, the Grimace Shake?
Oh fuck, you're right. The party gathers their things, pushing the Kuoto well as they make their way to the floor's exit. I can't imagine the dungeon runs much deeper, right? I'm almost hoping it does. There's still no sign of the doctor. Doctor who? Doctor, are you injured? Oh no, nothing like that. The doctor is my missing companion. The doctor's the companion? Whoa, crazy. Woo, woo, woo. Doctor Who joke. Classic. What would a man of medicine be doing traveling with a man of stone? It doesn't make sense. Maybe he wondered that himself. Amy placed a gentle hand on Stone's shoulder, reaching all the way up there, giving him a reassuring smile. We'll find him, Stone. Don't worry. The environment around them shifts once again, revealing more ruins. Unease washes over the party as they continue to travel deeper into the dungeon. Sonic's fur stands on end as Tails rushes to his side. What do you think it is? Waiting for a Sonic? Whatever it is, we're ready for it. Sonic flashes a reassuring smile and thumbs up in Tails' directions, granting him a moment of relief. As the party makes their final descent to the next floor, the sound of something shifting in the shadows catches them by surprise. The party halts, looking around the spot of the source of rustling nearby. Just as he dubbed before, Shadow steps ahead of everyone. There. In one swift motion, Shadow tosses a knife towards the source of the sound. The knife lands in this sound muffled by whatever it lodged into. Shadow approaches swiftly, looking about as he disappears into the darkness. Reactbot, isn't Shadow the coolest?
Ooh, right in the childhood.
I mean, yeah, he's especially the coolest in Sonic Adventure 2. Do you need my fist for fighting Dark One? Shh. Knuckles hops in response, shaking his hands in frustration. Shadow emerges once more, this time dragging a dead walking mushroom behind him. He lifts it up by one of its legs, pushing the corpse into Stone's arms. Food for tonight. Ah, yes. Good. Think. Stone juggles the awkward body in his arms before placing it down in front of him, kneeling over it. He gets to work slicing it thinly, placing the fresh bits of mushroom into a satchel. Oh, fuck. Keep doing that. This is a good sign that we should be able to find more down here. Thank goodness, something at least a little normal to eat. I think on what can we can make with this a while we keep going. Sounds great, Stone. Speaking of, were you able to find out where we need to go, Amy? Not exactly. The Kuo-toa weren't very helpful when I asked about their god. We don't even know if this god actually exists. Shadow steps forward, crossing his arms over his chest proudly, like a edgy fucking cool guy. Just, ugh. The great shiny stone, however, is very real. What? There was a bounty posted within my organization months ago, seeking a powerful gem that was thought to only exist in legends. The bounty was unfathomably high. Most thought it was fake and disregarded. However, a few of my colleagues and I decided there was no harm in looking into it. It proved to be an elusive artifact, though, and after a while, wasn't worth the effort to continue our search. After so long, I was convinced that it was just a rumor, but the Kuo-toa described the stone with enough accuracy for me to believe it's the same one. Who had thought it would be such a low-level dungeon? It's no wonder we never found it. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's find ourselves a shiny stone. It couldn't be too far from where we are. The party splits off into pairs before searching the vicinity for the stone. Tails, sticking close to Sonic, lowers his voice to a whisper. Do you think it's the right move for us to try to retrieve this stone? Huh? What are you talking about? Sounds better than letting some god fending for the end of times have it. Why do you ask? It's just, why aren't you whispering? It's a private thing there, Sonic. We haven't come across any sort of traps. And sure, we've come across different kinds of dungeons, but there's never not been any traps in them. Uh-huh. Sonic, what the fuck? Come on. And now, right when we're nearing the supposed end of the dungeon, we get word of a shiny stone. Sonic stops for a moment to face his companion. Maybe we're getting a lucky break. Thank you so much for that kiss on the cheek, Sonic. That really needed it. Oh no. It looks... Oh no. It looks more like things are too good to be true. Are you two making out over there? What the fuck? Guys, I think I found it. Sonic and friends gather around Amy, their gaze landing on a spot under a bit of rubble nearby. Nearby rubble. A brilliant, shimmering emerald laid before them. If the party didn't know any better, they could have sworn that it emanated great power. The Master Emerald? No way. It couldn't be. Shadow is the first to reach out, checking the area for any signs of a trap. Huh. Not a trap in sight. For something supposedly all-powerful. He lifts it from the ground. The party notices his fur standing on the end. On end the moment he made contact with the gem. Shadow winces for a moment, adjusting his pack to place the emerald within. The air suddenly freezes over. What? Oh, with the emerald asset? Hell yeah. What the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this guy? What the fuck? A hovering masked figure appears before them. The figure's eyes shift to fix the gaze on the emerald in Shadow's hands. Jesus, the music is so fucking sick. What the fuck? Even though the party cannot see their face, their figure's demeanor shifts drastically. I knew it was too much for those fish vermin to find the emerald. God? It's God? Oh, it's fucking sick. But for a couple of nobody adventurers, it comes across it with such ease. The figure laughs in an eerie chuckle, chilling the party to the bone. No matter. Soon a new dawn will be upon us, and for that I have you to thank. You know, A New Dawn, the second book in a Twilight series. It's pretty good. The figure disappears just as suddenly as they appeared, not a trace left behind. Sonic looked over his comrades, ensuring they're all unharmed. That son of a bitch! Shadow yells out in frustration, holding out his now empty hands. The emerald! I couldn't move. What power was that? It was like some chaos type energy that he had control over. Some sort of chaos control. Sonic swallows thickly, struggling to gather his thoughts. He looks over at Tails, who shares the horrified glance with him. How did this guy find us? And so suddenly, too. If I had to guess, we might have activated the emerald somehow once we touched it. Never heard of a stone like that. Oh, hi, Stone. Forgot you were here. We have, but there's no possible way that Master Emerald found its way here. He is being guarded by one of the most noble warriors who vowed to protect it with his life. Sonic and Tails exchange, unsure where he looks at the mention of Knuckles' warrior, Wade. Sonic shakes his head, refocusing on the issue at hand. Could it be possible that there's another Master Emerald that exists in this world, though? He motions to Stone, Amy, and Shadow as he lowers his voice. Kind of like them? That isn't completely impossible, but that also makes this issue much more serious. This world could be in grave danger if the Master Emerald falls into the wrong hands. Fucking Wade, that dumbass. Sonic turns to Shadow with an air of false confidence. You can take us further into the dungeon, right, Chance? Of course. I have a feeling that we might find this mysterious masked figure and the emerald. What are we waiting for? Let's go! The party continues forward, slaying and collecting more walking mushrooms to prepare for their evening meal. As they press forward, the air around them continues to shift with a potent, unnerving energy. Doctor, what have you gotten yourself into? Tails places his gentle hand on Stone's arm as he smiles up at him. Don't worry, Stone. We'll find your friend. We'll get you both out of here safe and sound. I completely forgot what Tails' voice was. Stone returns Tails' smile with his own tired one. The final floor should be just ahead. We should make camp here. As Stone prepares their meal, the crew falls uncharacteristically silent. The feeling of uncertainty and fear hangs in the air around them as they take inventory of their gear. They all take extra steps to prepare their weapons of choice as they fight ahead, as they feel it might be one of the most difficult yet faced to this realm. The sound of clinking metal um, and murmured spells filled the still air as Stone stares into the flames under his cooking pot. Tails takes a seat next to him, nudging his arm. Meh. What's on the menu tonight, Stone? Oh, uh, walking mushroom kebabs. Tails takes a long whiff of the steam coming from the pot, letting out an enthusiastic sigh. Ah! Smells good. It almost reminds me of Maddie's cooking. Who the fuck is Maddie? Like, you keep talking about this lady. Who is she? She's our mom? Chuckles nervously at the title. She and Tom took us three in when we got to Earth. They're probably looking for us. Stone studies Tails' face for a moment before returning his gaze to the fire. I wonder if the Dr. my friend is looking for me too. What? Why did the keyboard smash? You wrote it. Aw, hell yeah, congrats on third. The pair shares in a moment of silence as they watch the oil from the pot sizzle and pop around the kebabs. What, you never thought someone would actually act out what you wrote out? Tail sniffing the mushrooms kebabs being cooked by Stone. Just... Ah! The pair share in a moment of silence as they watch the oil from the pot sizzle around the kebabs. Before you three were discussing the power of the gem that was lost, Stone measures his words carefully as Tails' ear twitches at the mention of the emerald. What kind of power does it possess exactly? Tails keeps his eyes trained on the cooking pot before them as he twiddles his thumbs around anxiously. I'm not sure, to be honest. We only encountered one back home that kind of resembles it. It made my friend into a fucking god. Tails looks over at Sonic, who's chatting happily with Knuckles and Amy across the way. We only had to use the power in moments of great desperation. And we made a promise to keep it out of the wrong hands. Stone nods solemnly, keeping quiet for a long moment before calling over to Shadow. What could the Kuo-toa have to do with the emerald? Shadow continues to sharpen his blade as he calls over the fire. The Kuo-toa spoke of it in a way that leads me to believe it's some sort of power source. If it's powerful enough to bring about the prophecy of their god, it's no wonder the bounty had been posted for so long at such a high value. Fuck! You know what, actually? Save. You don't think? We should hurry off to bed. Whatever that mask figure's up to, it can't be good. Stone looks down at the cooked food in the plates as he mumbles under his breath. If I can get that emerald, maybe I could marry it. Nothing. Go to bed. With the food plated, the party looks over their options. Well, what will it be? The fucking kebabs, obviously. We wasted the money on rations. We're eating kebabs. Rackbot, what do you think of the kebabs?
Goonin with the boys.
Oh, fuck yeah, Reactbot. These are interesting. What else did you add to these? Just a bit of plants given to us by the Kuotoa and some cubed fish. Knuckles scarfs down his down one bite. Another. Hey, see some for the rest of us, bud. A warrior cannot fight on an empty stomach, Hedgehog. Stone Man, another. Stone chuckles heartily as he hands another kebab to Knuckles. He quickly moves his hand away in fear it might be grabbed along with the food as Knuckles chows down once again. The party finishes up their meal and feeling quite full, yet uneasy. They wonder if the food finally began to make them queasy, or if the nerves had gotten to the better of them. It's the nerves. The mask... Jesus. Fuck yeah. Just gonna jam out a little bit. The masked figure makes their way to the center of the room. The gem on top of their staff, swirling with magic as it calls out to them. Good, my servant. It is almost time. Those fanatical beasts were useless. By the masked figure holds out the emerald before him, causing the staff to pulse. The emerald has finally been delivered to us. And then you will make good on your promise. An eerie laugh escapes the staff glowing gem. Of course, once you follow through, we must begin the preparation post haste. Those meddling adventurers will not likely let something as valuable as the emerald go without a fight. He won't possess a problem. I guarantee it. Good. Now, there's no time to waste. Who's the question mark guy and who's the what? The party slowly rouses from their bedrolls, sleep not having come easily to any of them the night before. Everyone does their best to smooth their hair, ready their weapons, and pack their things. Everyone except for Tails. There must be something useful in this book. He pores over the pages, skimming frantically over the words and images before him. Yo, you good? I can hardly read anything with all these scribbles. Sonic furrows his eyebrows as he lays a gentle hand on Tails' shoulder. Tails looks up at him, the fear setting into the features of his face. I'm scared, Sonic. I want to die. I'm like 6. Sonic gives Tails' shoulder a light squeeze before pointing a confident thumb into his own chest. Since when have I ever gotten us into a situation I couldn't get us out of? The troll den? This sirens I had to save you from? I'll gladly list other moments, Hedgehog. Tails' face contorts as the party continues. Yeah! Oh, God! Fucking thanks a lot, guys, for the vote of confidence. If anything, you know that we're all here to watch out for one another. We even have an extra set of capable hands. Right, Stoneman? Tails. I'm in danger. Stoneman? Stoneman? Stone continues his packing unbothered, his movements slow as he mutters to himself. Sonic looks over at the rest of the party with concern. Ah, fuck, he's dead. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. The stupid. Stone? The sound of Amy's voice startles Stone, bringing him out of his trance. He spins around to look at the looks of concern from his companions. What was that? Sorry, it must have been off in my own world. Haha, you get it? Own world? Because you guys are from a different... Never mind. Everything okay? Stone contemplates the query for a long moment before shrugging half-heartedly. This is the last place I might be able to find the doctor. I just can't bear the thought of losing him. The group falls silent as Knuckles approaches Stone. Don't lose faith, Stone Men. We're here to help, and who knows, maybe your friend will be there to help us retrieve the emerald. Thanks, everyone. You guys are great. He stands tall, adjusting his pack over his shoulder. Let's not waste any more time. I found something. Let's go! Sonic turns to face Tails hovering closer to the group. I found something about the emerald that might help. Right on, bud. Talk while we walk, yeah? Let's get this party started. We were right. The emerald seems to have similar properties to the Master Emerald back at home. This gives no cause to celebrate, Fox. This situation is much graver than we thought. I have to murder people. No need for the doom and gloom, Nux. I'll get that emerald back, no problem. Care to fill in the rest of us? The rest of us in? I'm sure I want to get filled in too. Sorry, Amy. Of course, let's see. The trio recall their experiences with the emerald back home, describing the incredible power it grants to the person harnessing it. Shadow and Amy exchange a few concerning looks as they listen to the gravity of the situation becoming more apparent. Stone listens intently, taking mental note of the emerald's abilities before clearing his throat. Sounds like we have bitten off more than we can chew. We have had no issue handling the emerald before, Stoneman. It'll be much easier with more warriors at our side. An air of apprehension hangs over the group, silencing them. They approach the final descent to the last floor of the dungeon, where the dark outline of a door awaits them. Tails tucked the book back in his pack. The party prepares their weapons as they settle on landing just before the last room. Prepare yourselves. Shadow pushes the grand door before them open, revealing an ominous room. I can speak. As the party pushes past the entrance, the masked figure in the center of the vast room turns to face them. Amy clutches her staff tightly, holding it close to her chest. She mutters a spell under her breath in preparation to the fight ahead. Her spellcasting halts suddenly as she notices a faint glint to the emerald. What are they doing? Is that the emerald? Unnerving laugh reaches the party as the masked figure holds a flaming staff towards them. I've had half a mind to disregard my master's warnings, and yet here you are, meddling where you should not. Before the party can make a move, an invisible force lifts them from where they stand and force them to their knees at the bottom of the stairs. They strain against the confines as their strength wanes. What have you done? Another laugh pierces through the air as the emerald glows in the massive figure. Oh, fucking. Figure's grasp. It's the end of the road for you. Let it be known that I, Infinite, was the harbinger of your doom. The party cries out as their bodies slap down into a low bound, disarming them. Infinite turns his gaze towards the emerald and staff, pausing only for a moment. Now, Mephiles? He brings the two objects together in collision, resulting in an explosion of light. Oh, let's go! I can read! Hooked on phonics, eat your heart out. Explosion of light that releases from the emerald. Stillness falls over the room as everything goes dark. The emerald, once glowing with bright energy, floats off the ground before them, dripping with black, viscous matter. Ew! Infinite's arms fall to his sides as he watches in awe. At long last, I've finally done it. Now. Feeling the weight of the invisible confines release them, the party moves into action quickly. Shadow launches himself towards the center of the room. He reaches out towards the emerald only for his weapon to collide with Infinite's. Insolent pest. You're the one to talk. Taking advantage of the opening, Knuckles jumps into action. He barrels down the stairs, using the momentum to drive his fist towards Infinite. I love that animation. Infinite pushes Shadow towards the edge of the room, allowing himself a split second to brace for impact. Knuckles and him make contact before Infinite repels the echidna. Gah! Now, Hedgehog! He slams into the ground as Sonic rushes Infinite. Sonic's efforts are in vain, however, as he feels the familiar force tightening around his limbs. He falls to the ground and unceremoniously as Infinite floats over him. I have been at this for far too long for you to stop me, especially now that I have finally gotten what I've worked for so long to achieve. Sounds like a skill issue to me. Fucking get good, scrub. Sonic cries out as the force grips him tighter, causing rippling cracks to sound from his immobile body. Horrifying. Vermin, that insolent mouth of yours will be the death of you and your friends. Sonic! Sonic struggles to look at Tails as the fox cries out in pain. Once again, the party finds themselves pinned to the ground, the invisible force that Infinite overpowering them with every move. Suddenly, an audible crack of sound from Infinite's staff as the emerald calls to it. The party watches the horror of the emerald shatters before... Oh, fuck. Leaving a puddle of black ooze in its place. The ooze bubbles and hisses as as it grows upward. Yes, it's finally time. Oh my god, is that a Megazord? Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? What the fuck is this what? A figure rises from the floor and looks down at the party, causing their skin to crawl. Yeah. Mephiles. What a pitiful display. Infinite saunters closer to the figure, meeting their gaze with an intense he had reserved for his master. His tone His tone is sharp as he grips the now cracked staff in his hand. Yo, I've never seen and or played Sonic 06, so fuck. It's your turn to hold up your end of the bargain, Mephiles. You are a fool if you believe yourself to be in position to bargain with me. You are merely a pawn, and now that I am free, I have no further use for you. Rest in peace, 07. Infinite cries out in agony as Mephiles rips the gem from his chest, crushing it. Jesus. The jackal is thrown to the edge of the stairs with a loud thud as the party feels the restrictive force let. Amy rushes to Infinite, exerting magic into his chest to resurrect him. Amy, what are you doing? I can't just let him die when I know I could do something. Hell yeah, that's a hero. The rest of the party stares up at Mephiles, the mouths agape with horror. Mephiles' chest heaves with a spine-chilling laugh. Shadow launches an attack at him, an attack that Mephiles swats away as if Shadow were a mere fly. You think you have a chance against me? I am an angel of death. The end of time. What? Big talk for a pile of living slime? Sonic! Jeepies! Jeepies? Jesus. Jankies. Take a close look at your friends, for it will be their last you ever have. Look, I'd be pretty upset too if my final form was a knockoff of that faker party member of mine over there. But that doesn't mean you can threaten my friends and get away with it. Sonic gives a short nod, signaling Knuckles and Shadow to jump into action. Shadow, Knuckles, and Sonic enter a dance of mist blows, dodges with Mephiles. Are they doing a waltz? Stone and Tails make their way over to Infinite as he slowly awakens from Amy's healing. Infinite cries out in agony as Amy and Tails attempt to aid him. Hold on, we have you. Take your time getting up. Be careful, Amy. He lowers his voice just above a whisper. We don't know if he's still capable of disabling us. I hardly think he's capable of much at this point. Tails, look at him. Stone kneels down as Infinite starts to open his eyes, leveling his gaze with the jackals. With seemingly no sign of the doctor, it begins the question of whether he might be responsible for that. And if so, I don't give a damn what he's capable of doing now. Amy and Tails exchange a worried look before turning to face Stone. What are you implying, Stone? Maybe he can help us deal with that. She motions towards the fighting in the center of the grand room, flinching every so often at the clashing of the blades before returning her action to Stone. What if I am? Go ahead and intervene now if you're so keen to do so. Stone holds this intense glare with Infinite for a long while before relenting. If you are, I'll deal with you after we stop the end of time. Can you stand? Infinite hesitates for a moment before accepting help, eventually getting to his feet. He places an apprehensive hand over the once gaping hole in his chest. The absence of the stone embedded in him is jarring, but thanks to Amy's magic, he is left with nothing but a scar. Amy, Tails, and Stone turn to face the ongoing fight with Mephiles. Their brows knitting in concerns with. Right? Brows. Oh yeah, okay. Yes, Mephiles' laugh rings out across the area. Ha 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 ha. Bah. Yes, yes. Continue your fight for your pathetic lives while you still can. One of Sonic's repeated advances, Mephiles catches him by the wrist, eyes wide with bloodthirsty malice. Yeah. M slams Sonic into the floor while cackling maniacally. He stops Knuckles and Shadows in their tracks, tossing them to either side of the room before picking up the discarded staff once welded by Infinite. Mephiles. Oh, my sweet Pong. You'll be reunited with them soon. In death. Zoinks! Look out! Stone sweeps aside Amy and Tails and Infinite. Just Mephiles fires a powerful blast from the staff that way. Why fight the inevitable? Another blast, another dodge. I'm tired of these games. Amy screams out, grasping onto Tails' hand as she manages another dodge. Infinite lands on the floor next to Stone with a painted grunt. Or painted? Oh, pained. Sonic lifts his battered body from the ground, looking over at his friends, and Knuckles makes his way over to him. Shadow rushes to Sonic and Knuckles, his hands clasped together. I can still feel its power. What? Shadow reveals the shard of the shattered emerald in his palm. Here. He holds out his own hand in motion for to relinquish the shards. He comes. Hear me, ancient gods of time, recognize me as one of your own. Infinite, how do we stop him? The staff. We have to get the staff. The staff? What does that have to do with stopping him? We have no time to waste on your senseless character. Oh, Chatter. That's dude. Sonic, Knuckles, and Shadow take advantage of Mephiles' fixation on the staff to rush the rest of the party. Knuckle holds onto the emerald triumphantly as he approaches. I've got the emerald. Which means we're one step ahead of this freak. Oh god, super simple. We just stop him then. Stop yapping. How can we stop him? The staff. You must move quickly if you hope to save anything. Sonic looks at the emerald in Knuckles' hand before meeting the echidna gaze. I think the situation calls for a super beating if you don't think Nux. For now, get the staff. Give Tails a quick nod and grin before turning to Shadow. You with me? Shadow approaches the emerald cautiously as he watches Mephiles grow with power. Supergirl transformation. Is it like 8 in like it's the closing, or like a sudden explosion of light fills the room, pulling M attention from his prayers. What? A force of unfathomable power collides, knocking the staff from his grasp and into the outstretched hands of Infinite. You shall pay for your insolence. You promised to fuck. No, there you go. You promised to retreat my party. You betrayed me. You were willing to end everything at the cost of a few pathetic lives that had run their course. You are a fool. Shadow flashes to the other side of Infinite, baring his canines as quills crackle with electric energy. Let's end this. Shadow teleports to M, grabbing the tuft of his chest fur before throwing Mephiles into the ground. The floor beneath M cracks under the floor of impact. Tag me in, Shans. Gotta make good on my promise to Knuckles. You're insufferable. Sonic smiles wide as he grabs M, pulling him close. What was that again about being good? With a single blow, M is sent flying across the room. Mephiles comes to a sudden stop as he crashes into the wall. Tails calls out the Sonic and Shadow book in hand. Imbue the staff with the emerald power. Sonic and Shadow nod to each other before they release the powers of the emerald. With the reconstruction of Emerald in hand, Infinite lifts the staff towards Mephiles. The trio nod as they rejoin the Emerald staff together, and just as Infinite had done before. The staff shines brightly as a magical wisp reach toward Mephiles. No, what have you done? What have you done? He tries to escape his endeavor, fruitless, as the wisp materializes into the thick tendrils that trap his. Yeah. Infinite, Sonic, and Shadow grasp onto the road as the sheer force of its intense power pulls them forward. Yeah. Guys, little help. Aiming Tails, Knuckles, and Stone form an anchor as Stone grabs a hold of Infinite. Mephiles continues to struggle against these confines, cursing the party as the tendrils light up around this friend. Well, his friend, Jesus. You pathetic mortals. I will be the one to. The party holds hand, the staff ready as it pulls the Mephiles into its rigged form. With one last burst of magic, M is sealed inside the staff once more. While once was a powerful weapon, granted to him by an agent of destruction, was now the permanent prison of a malicious entity. Infinite falls to his knees, the weight of betrayal and loss. Ugh. Partly to his core, Stone stands beside him, leveling his tone. You have no clue where the doctor is, do you? Stone, wait! Infinite holds up a hand to stop Amy. Amy and Tails move forward into comfort Stone, placing a gentle hand on either of his arms. I'm so sorry, Stone. You just passed each other, baby. He moved on to another dimension. Great idea, great idea. Or, that way. Still wipes at his tears and nods. He extends a hand to Infinite. Seems you can use a friend. Oh, fuck. Think this lunatic was why the dungeon was out of whack? Correct. I don't know if this staff made its way into the dungeon, but if it was clear on how the monsters within would react to whatever I would did that. Shadow extends his hand towards the Infinite. Sorry. Infinite runs his thumb across the gem again, causing it to respond with a cynical laugh. Shadow nods. It isn't long before the party begins their journey into the first floor once again. With M freshly sealed away, they notice the dungeon returning to normal, where ravenous monsters once roamed are now chirping and kind of vigor. By the time I leave that dungeon, perhaps the same for you. Can you tell it's 11:22 and getting kind of eepy? But no, I'm pushing forward. I am finishing it all in one. A small smile breaks on his face as he nods. Just like my chair is so comfortable right now. I'm about to fall asleep, but no, focus. Exactly. There isn't much left. A small smile breaks on his face as he nods. On to new beginnings. A new partnership. After the beginning of the being in the dark of the dungeon for so long, the light feels blinding as the party eyes adjust to the world outside. Holy shit, Reactbot, we made it.
Oh yeah, that's cute.
Oh, thanks, Reactbot. Excitement intermingling with skepticism hangs in the air. It's been a lifetime since I've been to town. You got your back, personally. I can't wait for the payout on that creepy stick. He gestures towards Shadow's back. Infinite furrows his eyebrow. In my haste to get rid of that awful thing, I never thought to inquire what your intentions were with it. We intended to turn it over to the Lord who oversees the dungeon. Hey, now, this is our last chance to get home. Or no, you'll leave it with me. I can't not have access to some as powerful as the Dungeon Lord. He holds out his hands unexpectedly towards Shadow. Shadow stands firmly in place, unmoving. Staff isn't going anywhere. The Lord will have it. We will make our way out of its dangers. Wait, what did? What? Huh? I had a Midas thing? Oh no. And with you accompanying us, you can testify against its usages. Oh, Reactbot? Yeah, Reactbot.
No.
Okay, never mind. Reactbot isn't here anymore. He said no. With you accompanying us, the usage. The pair stare at one another for what feels like an eternity. And then they make out. Infinite finally relaxes before giving Shadow a curt not. What the fuck is a curt? Google. Very well. I'll get back here. A gentle hand on Infinite's shoulder. It'll be good to put these hands, put this behind you, and into the Dungeon Lord's capable hands. Besides, the last thing he'll want is to be responsible for whatever that nut job M plans to do. He's having such a low-level dungeon. Get that unsealed because of M batting up, but it'll take months for the ecosystem to recover. The party continues onward, on towards the Lord's banner, to present the staff and warning, just as they told Infinite they would. To no one's surprise, the Dungeon Lord is happy to learn of the party's success, but is taken aback by the seriousness of the matter. I cannot thank you enough. I swear this relic will keep under lock and key. No cynical force shall succeed in ending all of time. Not on my watch. Now about your reward. Here's some chocolate candies. A few hours later. Oi, lads! Did you party grow since the last time I saw you? Yeah, we got 2 new friends joining us tonight. The waitress nods as she grabs a couple extra tankards and leaves. At the point to the usual table, Sonic and Knuckles grab some extra chairs, tracking them along the stone floor and up to their spot. As they settle in, Stone and Infinite scan the busy tavern restlessly. I don't think I've ever found myself in a place so obnoxious. Loud. Obnoxious also works, though, yeah? You just spent the last few days with us, and you think this is obnoxious? Sonic lets out a hearty laugh. Haha! As the waitress returns with an expectant look on her face. Could you bring us the whole spread? We're booked for a serious bash after tonight's crawl. Aye. Lord paid use good, eh? Sonic gives her a wink and puts a finger to his lips. The waitress rolls her eyes as she makes her way towards the kitchen. Lots of trouble you saw. As she disappears into the crowd, Sonic's demeanor shifts. Christy, I think this is our last night here. Sonic, why the fuck did your voice change? I'd be lying if I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't miss it. Amy smiles sovereignly at the pair. I'm gonna miss you, boyfriend and boyfriend's boyfriend. Don't be like that. We've been working our butts off to get you guys home. Yeah, we all have... Stop it. The end of the world while we're at it here, too. Amy rolls her eyes before turning her attention to the table. Still, I am going to miss you guys a lot. A tear rolls down her cheek just as the waitress returns with food. She wipes it away quickly as the party makes room for their feast, their stomachs rumbling to the smell wafting from the dishes. Yes. A feast fit for a warrior. Man, it's been a minute since Knuckles spoke. Ah, sweet chaos. Look at the meat. How much do you say that job paid us, Tails? Doesn't matter. I'm about to eat till I burst. Come on, Stone. You and Infinite have to fill your plates. As they shared their last meal together, their laughs shared between them is almost enough enough to make them forget the bittersweetness of their feast. The Lord promised Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails their wish after all. They are to return home in the morning. Although the weight of their plight is about to be lifted, the trio can't help but feel sad to go. Amy reassures them that she, Shadow, Infinite, and Stone will stick together for the foreseeable future. A small guarantee that brings the trio some measure of relief. They gorge themselves on hearty food, reminiscing on the preposterous thought of eating monsters as they haven't happened their reality just the day before. They find their way into the rooms, plopping into the respective beds before promptly falling asleep with full bellies. Oh my god. Rakpa, what do you think?
She thinks she's a Carrie, but she's really a Miranda.
Oh, you're right. The dungeon's lord and his mage awaits the party in the field outside of town. As the party approaches them, they stop a few yards away. Sonic turns to Amy, Shadow, Stone, and Infinite. I can't thank you guys enough. Hopefully this isn't the last time I see you all. He removes his pack and offers it to them. Don't think we'll need this where we're all going. Stone takes the pack gingerly and nods and shows thanks. We'll be sure to take care of your things in the meantime. Amy rushes Sonic and pulls him into a tight hug in just a sloppy makeout session. Like, just like just booty holding and just like. I just hope these two can keep you out of trouble. Sonic chuckles nervously as he pulls away. They sure try. Knuckles delivers a solid punch to Sonic's bicep. You hear a loud crack as his arm just gets shattered. You have my word. Ah! Dude, come on. Tails looks down at the book as he runs his thumb over the details on the cover before sheepishly offering to Stone. Not sure we need this either. Maybe it'll help you? Stone shakes his head, and with a warm smile, he gently pushes the book back towards Tails. Tails blinks fast, then he returns Stone's smile as he pulls the book close again. What adventure awaits you now? There's still hope that I can find the doctor. He motioned towards the other three with a sincere grin, and they agreed to help me look for him. I may not be able to see my comrades, but I can at least find Stone his. This doctor, who again? Don't worry about us. I try not to get yourself killed out there. He turns to Sonic, focusing a piercing gaze. You won't have the rest of us there to buffer for your foolishness. Fucking okay. Besides, I know you'll miss me, Shads. Not to interrupt, but I think it's time. They turn their attention to the Lord and Mage, looking impatiently as they wait for the party to finish their approach. The trio continue forward after wishing the rest of the party another heartfelt goodbye. Are we ready to proceed then? Proceed way. The mage lifts a hand towards Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails, whispering incoherent chants under their breath. Magic engulfs their hands and grows as their chant continues. The trio closes their eyes, and the magic corpse wraps itself around them, lifting them from the ground. And then the chanting stops. Boys, it's time to get up. We're gonna be late. Maddie makes her way upstairs to the attic to find the trio snoring into their beds. Boys, let's go. Maddie? Maddie! The pretzel lady. Tails doesn't waste time before flying up and embracing Maddie. Sonic and Knuckles join quickly after, squeezing her tight. She pops, because they're really strong. She gives them all a confused smile, and she struggles to free her arms. What's gotten into you three? It's been a long story, and I gotta be honest. I don't think you'll believe us. It's a weird acid trip. Like, we had so much acid, it was crazy. We're home, though. Maddie nods along slowly to feign understanding. Oh, why not tell me on the way to the campsite? Tom's already got the truck packed. You got it. Race to your car. You're on. I will relish in your defeat, Hedgehog. The race down to the track as Maddie turns to follow. Before she starts down the stairs again, she looks over at Tails' bed. Huh? She walks over, pulling his blanket off of the bucket they found in the garage just the other day. Maddie smiles and shakes her head. Who would have thought a cookbook would have catch their attention? The calls from downstairs bring her back into the present moment once more, prompting her to hurry down the stairs to join Tom and the boys. All right, Wachowskis, ready for adventure? That's it. It was so good, needy. And directed by Needy, the artist, the asset artist. Programming team, the beta reader. Am I the omega reader? The music people. With Sonic Supernova, that's a cool logo. Thank you for playing. Aw, shucks. Yay! Yippee! A lovely 2-hour read with me slightly falling asleep for so many months this year. Hold on, my special little lad. What do you think of the entire story you were just read? Give us your final thought.
This'll get me demonetized.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna get demonetized. No. Anything else?
I just want to say to the haters, stay mad and stay broke.
Oh, fuck yeah. Alright. Well, peace out. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Otherwise, we'll just eat them. Toodaloo.